It was a good Chelsea as a mom, such as Union. When you know more London.
Okay.
It Chelsea, you come as a mom, and yes, the arena baby.
Says just in Manchester United, a far player from Arsenal, Aiden Heaven. Or 18 years defender
for youth team. And yet, no, for youth team. Don't distort things. But yes, Manchester for Philly.
But Manchester two player from Arsenal.
Oh, I don't just say for youth team. No, all say, man, Tony say, Tony not be main team. No, for youth team. The Chemusa, I have Manchester for the round one. As I say, okay, Manchester United for player from Arsenal. Manchester for any J. What I say, many J say, hey, I'm a Arsenal player. It's no more expensive. I'm a Casabia. I'm a Tobia, Gabriel Magalhaes, and I say Saliba, and now I'm for Bukayo Saka, and now the party, and now do you guys say, Aiden Heaven. Aiden, so guys, I know on the 1 3 years, I'm told from youth team now. As I say, as on rebel. But
United so who's almost strikers in me cost him $125 million from December. BC this time 1 goal. Zegzi ne Rasmus.
Zegzi Yorimbo. No, as I said, and I'm in Quantum Hunesa. Onyadio Zegzi no. Now, some coach now business as a place when you had the Broman day, Yamian Quini. Wow, sa a Ten Hag no. And let me do level of Manchester United. And you call Manchester Pabianke, you Susana, Yere Manchester near in and Kubika say, it may be about Manchester be Shiama to say, oh, divinity Miama. Menias was a garbage. Send the Manchester FC to the level, say Manchester Timbobo not shot on target quieting.
To add it, since the beginning of December, between Joshua Zexi and Rasmus Hojlund, almost 1 goal. 2 strikers only United no from December. Basically, almost 1 goal. And see, it tells you the kind of
and I'm a striker,
and son of the combined feed no. Emma was spending on a striker. I said it when the strikers never said at that time last week we were discussing this. Oli Watkins, Ivan Toney, those players were available in the Premier League. Omunina is far better than Rasmus Hojlund, who has scored, was it 7-9 goals? The first ever time at Obo top club in Obo Atlanta. Manchester bent on spending 75. Why? And Ujai Eric Ten Hag, no, I bet him or more to future bay. Future, who says, yeah, present. You need to rescue your present and then you build on it. Now they are whole future. No, Papa, the future, some are no toss players. No, then on top of that, Okafor, Joshua Zexi, another player, Obo on loan, we are transferring from Bayern Munich. No, by nothing, Obo 1 year. Famano. Then Manchester spend this game to rescue the sinking Rasmus Hojlund. You don't bring an experienced player beyond your experience. So Hojlund, young, obey me up on the shoulders of the new striker you are bringing in. I don't know your experience. You bring, in fact, I can say Hojlund is better even than Joshua Zexi now. It's Manchester United spendings under Eric Ten Hag. I think the man had a problem with United now. Or revenge because on one day Brazil channel was a friend. Anthony Bae.
I didn't know the description on one.
The Chaliabo Tavreda. I'm telling you, be okay, be any. So the Chale butter for no one.
Now, the evidence of this carry plan is
I don't know which one discovering so here. Me her boy na my skillful place of bobo. My ukai so buy no. Or ye bakubisa we na. I said no supreno. No bobo got 2 box na no na English pandits. So I remember Roy Casey say Kujina Park no so as a captain. Those days or a captain. Either so body player and no record and as a catch coaches when you free yaza or remember kuno meaning na record. Why do you bring such a player? No of the quality buying every demo. No person add it up to there. So clearly, Southern Manchester United spendings under Eric Ten Hag. Seriously speaking, Ebi Abetmaka say Onana na yekakra. Look at the concession rate. They concede goals. Of course, defense is very porous. But o save bebree by send bebree. But o compare now when you shim pa players are or not talking about Manchester United. Seriously speaking, unya one player was standing out here never you know or he be Ediama Manchester United. But Max Elzatan coach no but omo dey ahye no enye no kan enye no kan
say no when no we say I know enye age
omo dey ahye no enye Zlatan
na de bibi on omo dey ahye
so on the can some phone on say the baby out that can some phone bia in some phone show and I say Mugabe of blessed memory omo ya no dey trust him bia credit now the credit no
Mugabe so on the kind
and Mugabe asamba go be omo come say I say it is strange how some women get upset when you can't do for them what they can't do for themselves and what their fathers cannot do for them.
Exactly.
And do to statement now. So women get upset when their boyfriends cannot do for them what their fathers couldn't do for them, and what they cannot do for themselves.
And they are won't mean your man. The papa creates me and none of the wolf who
went to me and
or no creates me and
papa went to me and yaman on no moon to me your man.
None of the wolf who
went to me and the wolf. I'll just say. I'm try and I'm the guy. Some more kind. But Andy Cassias say John Durant then I could say Sesco then I could say also finance of a science trackers and you know
many details are many details
are the band was your partner
there be Montoy Montoy John Durant in fact make I say Arsenal for make you call weeks ago echo Aston Villa for say no negotiations, no bid and about for John Durant. And a Benjamin Sesko. Any all conferences strike. Oh, my story is here crown.
Oh, story now. Love.
Alexander Isak. As Arsenal for Nigeria to me say and you're out of their reach.
Yes, they can't.
Bonum any tell you here na America for the competition the America need
150 million pounds
120 million euros
there so much boy in there 150 memo monje
oh now we more price
na same player 120 dem dey call obi amfi because teams be brave na be pen
because I'm on 70
and then carry say value na pay almost
if after 2 years or 3 years unya 50 extra
people won't gas almost player na ton
now but of course Arsenal is a big
Real Madrid bet me about calling Barcelona bet me about calling Liverpool almost every big team be banting stakes are now what to
obi bet me about cancer bacho obi bet me about any obi about
different
any amount onko someone am akwa na mo
between 100 if Arsenal push they will get if Arsenal push
about 150
again
last price
on the part of the player the offer or the player never player no a pushy deal through say because what he's earning currently at Newcastle, but the report I picked yesterday they said Newcastle are also looking at the possibility of extending his contract, and that will be very difficult for Obi Opes Obembia. So BB at this point in time try
never Duran bad Duran from Aston Villa
is not too proven like
yes Oba Inche
Duran and even from bench or say Unyam more minutes and more there, but Alexander Isak there I think that we can all agree on this table say a finished product for now.
Too much.
Is what Arsenal is away from winning the Premier.
Oh yes, on the
clinical goal scorer, a player ne ho den.
Me ha ho na Durana no meto.
Arsenal board they say they are ready to spend, but then until Ombenya striker Obabe raise Arsenal squad ne level no. But John Durant
doesn't read that level. Durant the honest to be send any kind of some ding naipe. Durant kai no yepe on a kai.
On a good day they can give you what
Durant they say you play to no the cry.
Now sentiment for Benjamin Sesko, Leipzig player.
Sesko.
And now
I'm not too fascinated with Isak. He knows the league. He's playing in it. Defenders question no. He will give you something. Obemo asade na Mo Salah de Liverpool. Who's Mo Salah or football pen defenders through. Defenders no come in job at you.
No bow so straight.
But as obvious through no. Oh, there's a man so many obi to correct pa. Oh Ghana dey. Just say odu wa on tiase. But the truth of the matter is say Mo Salah or continue this a year they corner Ballon d'Or dey there.
Every time I want no Champions League.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Me say, I'm continue say because Liverpool Champions League, I think they are the best team now in the Champions League.
Yeah, for now.
So ultimately league, not Champions League. Ultimately, final.
At least.
I think. But now, boss abo your boy change go. One show me to me say omo bra. This one magic. We know I assist. No I you know. I don't mean like pay Isak to do for us now. Because I think say Isak will give us that. Imagine say Isak is fit. If Isak aba, because Isak is fit, Partey fit. Kai do other Kai.
No, team this said the way I do. Because me ba started be out shas na ye ba general was said na we were high baby so be a man Kai na. And some make us
go for players as na just.
Yeah, of course. And the team is also attractive. Every top player would want to identify with them. What I say. Even almost said to cry no. Like they have everything.
The shirt
yes. Arsenal shirt say they have everything. But the question is why? In penny for no say be omo yam krokro de don. Ombe raise mo hope mo be wie no mo nto bibia na the same player na say ba ku bi oya de kakra na mo de na ba. E say Gabriel Jesus ga mapam na mo de na ma team kitu bi enya be 30 bi. Na nka maso so na nka mato we be ka Isak say ma wa ha na akoya san move akọ City Korea na so wasan akọ another Liverpool na problem but he's a very good player and I think Arsenal are doing very well. So was a Champions League what they've done
this year. Players being associated with Arsenal. If you go see Arsenal make contact. Only say you could Williams, Nico Williams.
Yeah, Nico Williams.
Nico Williams is another very good fit for Arsenal on the left.
Yeah.
So there be almost a price.
Okay.
Because sometimes say and yet a boy and also say teams outside England almost the English team are born player one
take a huge
imagine say because for this go TV right and Entina na so beka na dot mo ye the project bi say o say England from crowd from academy no de o maba e da akra maka so be kodu krum o e do we pe the krum akọ it's your bar no bigger we chanama mo kese most of the teams are more starting yebi even Italy kra for almost starting yebi yes Kenya bad but come one and but this say 7 hours ago Arsenal make you 70 million transfer decision on Isak 70 million 70 million
they bought the young man for 70-75 and you decide is kind of again or a player or top form and run here share the goal scorer chart Salah 19 18 Haaland and 17 Isak and in recent times the scoring rate as I saw I was in the last 10 games was more goals Haaland Haaland echo drought kakrana City problems in the buying so this is a player who is scoring and Tomorrow again the goals no channel as I define no. Your strikers need be born no to the box no tap in. But Isak will pick the ball 25-30 meters out was plenty where he could partner to ball at the net. It the goals no channel. And if you want to get a player like that for today in this market and Bona or Bono, remember Senko outside of England now opener over to the 70 but in England it is a reason Maxwell make a reference to Declan Rice. The reason that Declan Rice price near the 10 because he's English and he was playing for an English club. So if you're wanting a price not so ever take a crap because English teams pressure any almost baby. Chamon is the Deloitte Money League. Top 10. 6 English clubs at home. Deloitte Money League, top 10.
Yeah.
6 English clubs are in there. Newcastle finds Omabeura top 10. AC Milan, Inter Milan, all those clubs in him. So check amount of money at Newcastle Enya Ewo Gator Ewo form around 70 million. But Newcastle are making over 300 million from TV rights. And that is why Sikarikesi and Efi Eba. Newcastle pressure Nino Society just return the player to balance books. Only some pressure no. In fact, Ocean Newcastle they are omu coach na time and the stories no so which was a yes omu player we omu pay we. They are even thinking of still making it into the top 4 because they are playing the Champions League. So they themselves, they still want to play in the Champions League again by qualifying automatically. On person move place first 4 in the Premier League. And so that team no pressure in the society or turn the player. So it's when you come with 70, 75 like the now. What is the pressure? Unless Ebianca boy and perform it to almost satisfaction. And now there is pressure that you need to balance books, so you want to sell. Now Cotton will be Edna Abeshe books, but they don't have that pressure. It's if Arsenal are really bent on signing a brand Ede Alexander Isak, Arsenal would have to break the bank. And we've seen teams do that and Omania results. Ebra City Ede Haaland Ebano. Chamona Haaland ni sikana omode Cotton. But the wages now no more agree to pay. Now off the roof. But City at that time needed to do it because now Pep, as system no, we bought the normal force 9 and Kofabe accustomed to it. He wanted to change. And when Ode Haaland buy, we saw the difference. They won the Champions League. And sometimes you need to Obia Arsenal in 2-3 years. What Arsenal is lacking is one player, number 9, who will give you between 25 and 30 goals in all competitions, and Arsenal will be winning titles because Arsenal are short of goals from the other wingers and midfielders. 2 seasons ago, Ochaki, the goals contribution of Arsenal captain Odegaard. Check the Bukayo Saka at the back. Ochaki, even Martinelli. Across the front line, they were producing a lot of goals, but you still need that one player on quality there, a consistency or no, between 25 and 30 goals in all competitions, and you realize you are picking the titles. You'll be picking the titles. And see, Arsenal problem here clear, and obeying what they need to do. If Arsenal are not willing and ready to break bank, now what we are 100. 120. Akofa Isak now the 70s Arsenal budget is 70 for a top striker. Top striker, but let's analyze strikers available on the market. Near the other 70 million kwa. Ya because all the top striker ba. And ya dia kaya umpea ebia Sanya Durana na kwaye Dusan Vlahovic. Omudi ya Juve mu peska dia balance books. To the size kana kwa ebia bidan. But when we are talking about top strikers today, now so for top striker, you need to pay over and above 100 million ceiling no, to get one that also you are sure so bar you will compete.
Say one thing is that what Arsenal doing is also right. Chema, because say
right to the same.
Say in sales, no, you need 3 items. The first one is the seller, and for in this matter, Newcastle. You also need the product, Isak, then also the buyer, Arsenal. So 3 ingredients when you want to be completely sell. But out of these 3, the most important part is the buyer. Because since they are there no ton, but say what ton they are, chema say what the J2 kwana and this one is ka untumenton. But say what the J100 kwana and this or better. So the buyer is the most important. What you do is I say we are strategic as a buyer. Say Arsenal the 100 call on the first account, they will ask for 200 because Chema, the impression will also be said they have a lot of money to spend, so why not cash on the player? They might want they want the player, but on cost systematically. Pepe they on the 70 beba meboa. It is 79 year krano. Or if a big count, you bet to maybe double crani around 150. And I'm purchasing what I now Kobe 120. Mate, say Arsenal the 100 call first, so pay Isak the 100 about. Or Munjini, they would no say you guys have money. And see the back 200. Na more than now one baby. But it will cost 70. Say bargaining, say more they are very good in bargaining. Be so on your good or bargain or they say me tired there say my minim can't you born yet so Caribbean matter. Bandi say Obwa, obey a beat down the price. This is Jake say, oh, crown, have a more money change. Oh, they are never manocras and Manisca. Ain't she a sadness? Ain't she what they really want the player? But sometimes to me they test it. Market now. It's almost a 17 go for Ninja. Normally can crack top of the chama. Eventually be 100 now. People will kind of 120. Don't bet me drona or Mafa player. But so we call beginning now. We say all the 100 are bad. I say watch this. Uska. A Pepe me maso ako 200. 200 in the when to bear 170 grand. Chama crown no wing adri. Chama that's what they are doing.
Okay.
Say Lukaku so form power. Lukaku above form power.
Omo ina Napoli na.
Lukaku, the Italian league is
it's
yeah. Need to move again.
Yeah.
Clear so move again. The pressure no more to so England no. In Italy, be anfasa pressure into so. Into to be born the ball and so Jono. And he plays very well when he goes there.
Yeah.
Nano Okreti penalty. And the confidence I the Fabon England cause penalty Okreti won't be that Yana pressure also, but Oko Ilia are very relaxed. And Olidi Napoli today, Napoli and Inter Milan are head to head in terms of the points build up. And the two coaches, Obiawa experience. And for Conte, he has turned a very bad Napoli team last season almost struggle here to all of a sudden they are championship winning team. They are challenging for the Italian Serie A, and I think Lukaku will best you today. If I cannot buy a diabolic saying job is as I got Lukaku.
Is Lukaku doing bad?
No.
What proves this? He's Premier League, you know.
It doesn't help. In Premier League, Lukaku or Ma once. At Manchester, he did well.
No, he didn't do well.
Share the numbers for Manchester United.
He was
their top scorer all season.
It wasn't up to the level they were looking for.
Second, he was the top scorer.
Okay, the child, how many top scorer?
David Chairman, Lukaku.
Okay, Manchester. The Jamaican say
penny dia.
Oh yes, sir. But Lukaku the performance.
Lukaku to be more.
Premier League,
Premier League top team.
So we saw him at Everton. But what I'm saying is that so about Premiership teams, baby.
Yes.
About Manchester, he was their top scorer.
But he wasn't good.
Maybe. Enye.
There be cry.
This time on him or no more GGB kakran.
There be more
League Crombe D second was a day.
They were second.
But what I said
19 points.
But Chelsea the second time cry saying and he was their top scorer.
Still he wasn't good.
And and then Lukaku in Bopao because play our top scorer Manchester side top scorer Chelsea so when you
check the numbers when
we are not being fair to Lukaku.
What about 3 teams in Italy? Inter, Roma, and currently for Napoli.
Yeah.
Check on the performance.
Of course, on the performance. So no yes for Hono so holding to no or no statue to me bo. But me say Pepe, the let's on why you England on flops are so to me more top teams no. Only say even Chelsea crap problem no nya say na walk and no more. But he was still their top scorer. Of course, Manchester United.
What Arsenal is looking for is a skillful striker. Arsenal give no more. They don't need.
Some brothers. Sad the team by now be anymore. Haaland.
He's not skillful.
No. Very mobile.
Haaland has a different mindset about football. Haaland doesn't care standing in the game. The 9 can be.
Yeah.
He feels that one touch
is okay. Lukaku,
Lukaku, the numbers I agree. It's not done badly at all. Especially when Namo strikers, mom woman anymore, as I say. Obo betcha Gabriel Jesus Lukaku betcha ne dize ana meboa. Oh meboa Pepe Kachem.
Barcelona move for the train. Lewandowski Okay, atemo yemra fie ne ma be said it said but if you require be am no kakra and I'm say and Total Energies CAF African Cup of Nations Morocco 2025 ne Babontin and now we draw no.
Morocco for no. If in office or maybe on choir conference.
Penny Bako, as anyway, he said, will be almost on your bond, the ball.
Baby, CAF executive committee need to
play football, but
it's not just we be any other fancy. It's even say TTT. It's a Ghana Football Association.
Yes.
In the
office.
non-com office.
And we come now. It's kind of construct you know. And just say if you fire your system, no doubt.
But there is come the year when say any Ghana has a cost 3 times over there.
Of course,
it is Ghana say ana cost more.
There be a issue dollar.
I told you omuji abone.
Issue dollar na. And then one. Issue dollar na.
E be say e be told you ana omubuye. You ko told you omuji abone.
Boni ni we.
Ghana soccer of excellence pram di ni se ke nipa on. Bananko omo na ko gina court. And so still qua classrooms na woni na yenye.
Daniel what ya spiritual ability.
Eh go pa sika. Sa project me kai say maybe mama chawa oko pulu audited account be of sa building no. Any auditor na e free Ivy Kusban. No na no worry you say akwa no ba. Yes omo dey quarter bi na ho mza wo bi ho. To gina no asensan no. The bia omo say da omo bia wo no so ba. Say artificial say natural. This is beautiful and it's an FA office, FA deficit. Football Association no I think sometimes okay Mbakacho say yana in Morocco for no government support. Yeah, government support but yeah different thing. Because when OG $100,000 each at the manager committee members now buying a release this Karamawa. And government support. But maybe one fan cause how the project be say go try buying support you. They build the World Cup Sikaba. Maybe I buy better what every man. Maybe government would have done it. But yeah, with different priorities and let me quote Alaji say me try play money you who say a full player ko buy 100,000 maji. That is yeah priority. Ube komna edifice and millions of dollars there. But the people in our setup, the idea is different. No, the BS ban ho. Your boss be an go for buy.
Boss no akusi akras for do say yo.
Na say team current today.
I'm so cold dia na say team bia.
I just want to say no mo pa ke no.
Ko da bi nyam chanyoko. O de me bakusio. And the Bakuka de the assist on the Equana engine tree.
Aye for no. Hohoy. It's the man had to buy a new engine. Honorable Peter Mu. Uncle Drew, I'm quite on the break here. I was so kind for the check here. There be Yamono. Kana ban kasi kana fina na ban menu so muno na say omoto new engine team yeah priority near thinking no different so I know because edifice we pay you say we Moroccan Football Federation office and yakoya ade no ho omo ankoje ho obi say e buy ni yakope hotel bi e kojo mo conference room it is their own chesa ade no omo ye ho they use it already because any calf draw so it is something that they've constructed it is for their use and event we are going to know it is already there, not constructed purposely for this thing.
Now Africa for Omuko, so many Africa, Omuko, Omuko, baby, you matana, a young office na ket to all Hebino. To a power bar, and I say, Papa be on the na Obidio Mokoda, a Marriott, own kind. No da bed is so near Yomu ya. Could you can via Rabeduma, raise home sweet home, Nigo Jawa. But what does he mean? What I say, home sweet home. What I say, and you believe. Ore down Mutima, Obi Football Association, you know. I tell us all live on Facebook, and I be on YouTube, and Trent, or YouTube now. Ore a young team, not a Morocco. Almost say and yet say almost an alcohol baby no almost say na only bibiano say football no in such a way that are we not supposed to start that conversation again? Say you better get the government involved more, directly involved, not only the national teams but the running of our football to say the caneno now be yinipam yenu ba ko ne yi no ne van ko sha ban ministry na see ye now ban more because all the infrastructure are buying here, say hospitals, schools are buying and it would have meant that I buy also see maybe a pram no I buy this cabin rahon and as I buy the CB na yetimia ye na ye born no
say me no ya adwene ba pepe hu say ye ko deep so anko for a tea for na hwe for yere be ho so we edifice we there me feel say e be bag and e be the next 50 years That's how I feel. The reason is the chairman you create any standardized stadium a possible. Chairman Bachotimas.
Yeah.
You have to start from somewhere. Chairman Visa see anyway before now. Me sure say on kasi and build it the same Bachawati. Bansu yansu ye dear standard. Chairman Bachos why I know see your okay biang office ya yebi. Because your major problem now is that chairman ye need stadium a standard. Even on the African continent, could it be a mobile no muhu ye ye bobo ana chairman mebwa. Into the basic things in the crowd we've not putting together. And chairman, Ghana should listen. Ghana ye lusu ye place in African football in the area of history, in the area of achievement. Ye clouds ye won in chairman, gradually we are losing it. And that is something we should be very careful about what we are doing. Because chairman said we South Africa, Algeria, and Egypt more. Over West Africa, in Ghana, in the first place, ye ball first. The first account, ye bobo. Teams why ye first, chairman, ye the first country, so the whole of Africa, ye AFCON to aso 3 ye cap for keeps. Chairman, but what I say, the Dauma is still in West Africa, AFCON still ye ni yaje 4 because Nigeria about 3 and Cote d'Ivoire about 3. It is not surprising enough, say. Eusebio da Silva Ferreira, of course, or call Portugal, big, but on Obama, the Portuguese national team from Mozambique. But Abedi Pele was the first African superstar. I tell my African new leady, where Rabba Maja Ekoye, but we West Bibinia, or leady team of Europe, and they champions, ye Bonidin, Ekoyina, Ghana. Antonio Boa, the first black man to be the captain for European team. Chairman, Ghana were a lot of history when it comes to football. Even at the Olympics, you the first African nation, your friend is saying, title. You call Roger Miller call World Cup 1990. Don't be sides of which other country they should wait until Ghana. Yes, you call World Cup, you call quarterfinal. And do you know something? When the World Cup came to Africa, it was the Black Stars who stood up again. Chama, is it not interesting?
Yeah.
Africa wanted under 20. It was a season nobody will ever win. Which country won it first, or which country has ever won it? Ghana.
When Africa had never won a medal at the Olympic football tournament, it was Ghana
won it. Under 17, when we wanted to fight, Ghana, Nigeria. Chema under 20, when you call final be a Lusubiama, Australia money adia. You call Australia Lusubi to Brazil ni adio. We defeated Brazil under 17 mewa. Under 20 we also defeated Brazil. So we were called the Brazilians of where? Africa. It's a if so more ye Ghana born. Sa history omunim. Pepe omunim. Sa history we na che omunim. So omunim a che manka nyo bi na beka trom so omunya nyoma ye. Look at coaches. Every aspect of football Ghana, chairman. Enye Ghana coach na dey Ghana team called World Cup also obo multi system. Beye kasa we assist abroad for no crazy here.
Argentina be far no man eko training omu coaches for almost 3 months.
Chairman, Ghana the system abamo the whole world is talking about the system abroad for crazy here bibo. Chairman eko eba ne say. We are losing our place.
A number of factors.
In Senegal, we take it. This time, Chairman, Senegal cried 92 years ago. Now, player be a friend of Bokandi Rasta. Chairman, you so that's will be a Rasta Bobo. I need him so na. Unimbo Bobo. Instead of pema so no Rasta. Aside menini name no. But Chairman also no a fresh but also to change Jason. But born there na ni tinim kwa. On the ni tiyo vessel.
As I'm from Kobe to my from the Tiabo. Because my catch is in the Tibana Besha.
Oh, really?
My bass in the kind house.
Inti, young Piano Nigeria for any and your moko side by side. Chema Musu Koji go near. Chema stadiums or more. Suddenly, Pepe Nigeria for them the more do near B. Nigeria stadiums or more per state. Now, rest any your game net year. Young in our foreign boy, ye heavy. Inti, Chema, Ghana and quiet debadia. Oze Sulen send no kind chama minim say bia da obi nyata me hwema bebre na me say chama ma menka story wencho Premiership club bi omo ko bobo no de soft na bench chama pacho mense na me hwe omo de soft na bench no omo de kind officials soft no e don bompai no omo win so they lost that match. So when the club chairman club no be who club no no when the club chairman questions soft and say now suffer. Say ye be in there by saying you lose or say players no more bench no mambo be no more be o makumem. You know what happened? In the subsequent match in the Pepe, players na Lucy na Bomo Motina bench on Mombio Makumo Bianco camp. Now, wow, who ye bossy? Chema asim go back as me boss as empa me make team crash no. Na red oil, blue oil, white oil, tell Momo camper. Move red oil, green oil, blue. So say the whole system is bad. But we know Chairman starting ne. Because me read about African history say you did football by Africa no. A hona near this which your friends say which doctors ne sa in the same. It's Obeka say Zambia Zaire call World Cup on the way doctors
on the 70.
On the way doctors
on first match almost 7.
No, almost 7. We doctors stand much and the issue is that almost spirituality is in Europeans. Nkonu to me ka play my ofrubi. Omo level no more drew spirituality nya wo de na wo de na me kire an. It is man I think as a nation no say ye born be ye say ye presidential project. Unya head of state be na obey na adwin say for example say man me pese wo advocate say his excellency waka say Pepe Ombeye sporting facility for me fee say it's not important all regions for now. Ghana need a standard stadium because Chad ayebi Comoros ayebi chairman Mali ACB Uganda ayebi Rwanda ayebi Benin ewobi Togo kura to me pam Ghana say homo park no me ball swinti no mumpe baby mfa Senegal chairman mo tumi asi a stadium like that runs arena so chairman can't you see that as a president minim 4 years obedi so to me see state of the art stadium onsi okumase because can't sports they are football ahana Black Stars ni adi nyina chema ni enya be 60,000 aya kata su bibia fully air condition na me kan na ndi buafu but it still can be done na chema bibia wo no ampo mfa ni din to so chema don't you think senke be long lasting legacy in the Israel Ghana football instead say ye koso we nine ahakakra ye penti hakakra no Ghana deserve better because say oko Jamaica usi mine mo anu so my wo mutu reggae anya hu be hu Bob Marley museum unso my wo mutu America you say both must start use ni adi na assist be hu say track and field new man e work chairman wo de what to kwan bebre usi Ghana then hu say Ghana e de body
ba hu say ye didi
e no draw no
na bia ni didi ye didi a big deal fufo I'm what gather track mu free Kumasi ko ayi for aboso kan e wo nkoko e job bi no ma ko di vomi o say to kaba a big deal for just all do one just I am here o je didie bibia ye aduane yes ya $1 kra na fufu aduane party kenke party e die didi bibia ye aduane
na oni ma de ba ko say
tu see o mu de ye aduane
so bi ka say what discover bibi e bia wo campus Andy Muko school Charlie ma discover uni ma de kro ko be anase fufu joint enkurane discover new ma wa blockchain no yeah they will be discover we be say we discover new go be joint how de ma mini twa kokona kese
e new ma mo dia
discover
be a chama ka so my bia really aduane bia
my bia aduane big deal ya nya do my ni too Ghana and Nigeria yet 20 year ko jollof na we na jollof na awurade yakopɔ what's the Germany for in Netherlands for every one na biane de da
aduane so nyamo aduane
eti aduane no na ma your problem na bado eti bi see ka about an AFCON Group A Morocco Mali Zambia Comoros that's going to be interesting Comoros for no mo ye 2-0 no mo cheche ode adia akwan Morocco for them
it tells you our level yeah de bia me ka say
say be see show no mo me ga
principle na go focus say board obi ehunu bo no Ghana penny no mo ba na ye de akache ehun so obi ehunu bo Algeria qualifiers when they meet the third and fourth tier African nations they beat them well
now coach no
na ye de kosia Niger no on here board rise obi ehunu bo da be abra same o mine no ne koma Algeria Morocco la Côte d'Ivoire Senegal they beat them well but yes obi ehunu bo omo ne bo ba no obi ehunu bo yen nya de am money was from it is a performance
Area Group B though Egypt South Africa Angola Zimbabwe Group C Nigeria Tunisia Uganda Tanzania that will be an interesting group very interesting because Uganda is quite Tanzania so they say imagine say Ikeke is when Tanzanian citizens
chema on naturalized pass no
JB Group D Senegal DR Congo Benin Botswana Your three French-speaking countries. Don't share now. Was you. Group E: Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, Sudan. Kosiapia group, no.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very difficult one. Very difficult
teams,
one.
apart from Algeria, the rest should be very careful.
Yeah.
When you meet Kosiapia.
Yeah.
But just players ebobo, but tactics.
Yeah.
And so ebobo ni bipa.
Yeah, coach in the tactics and
the World Cup qualifiers. The performance, maybe how the AFCON on because ebi enough. But the World Cup qualifiers on a Senegal EU group now only leading at this point in time. With the exception of Algeria, if today Burkina game or type of football they kobo Kosiapia team now, you have to be very careful. Then Equatorial Guinea, remember say 2 automatic teams will qualify. Now the third best place.
I don't know chess Ghana sanani ya kan omenti. Masa, teams teams qualify.
And only
groups there
6 groups of 4, 24 nations.
6. Unim say 8 teams and then qualify to the next round. 8 teams, 8.
Yeah.
Very and 2 are qualify. 2 are third. Jack, yasan.
And before draw.
I coach they say no jogging club na
also mo na kasa. Before draw na nra no. Andy my ports no. Now o mine port 1, port 2, 3 and 4. Omo prevented Ghana from qualifying no. Obi anu an port 1. Obi anu an port 2.
3 and 4.
Sudan were in port 4 and the Angolans were in port 3. Omuna mi qualify you. Enya port 1 or port 2 nations and a qualify ahead of Ghana. It tells you your level. And chamo na oka say yaso 2019 you qualify from our group and you free more round of 16.
Yeah.
That was 2019. The lessons are that obafia obabe improve obahead yanko you know improve. Then yabako 2021 Cameroon, which was played in 2022, we didn't qualify from our group. Parliamentary committee waiting. Sadana, almost after Ket be more Sakoya, Ket say, Senasa Parliament and call Frank Oma. Hey, any free 2021 group young qualify. 2023 AFCON 2024. We still did not qualify from the group. Then 2 years on, we are not there at all. So plotograph from 2019 round of 16, 2021 young qualify from the group. 2023 young qualify from the group. 2025 we are not there yet. 0. This is our performance. When you say this, obviously penalty na oka. When you oka someone no be address otan intia and a football and they be negative. And they fail to tell us the positive they want us to talk about.
Positive can you Wama teams car. Wama pram thing on the field.
Omo achievement be flyer be.
Aye.
Obi ama entoma e pamsha Friday we to a sponsor.
Oh, no I'm done to man.
Oh.
I'm saying I do all African games.
There be.
All African games the G and the World Tournament.
Evidence is always the name of the game. I almost say you want to man. Obi so my tissue. Mokai. Make achievement. Oh, and the 4th anniversary no. No more publish a GFNA publication. Almost say with tissue. I'm favorite your moment of people him. And I feel so I was saying Uji go can Yamako house because be an ball was so head in a ball. And almost me was Omokacha Yabusa Yabet no go free chromas or mobile. Some of you go can say Mengo Hamison, Bama
50 million.
A woman has sounds of Marco groceries, a shop will be and also count. Almost less than your 50s. I know my way out. A BNO football achievement. Your mucho ya no we mama yen tomani apam tuba GF Friday we we am a tissue kakra we am a we kakra we the achievement the FA president a trumpet man say ya kwatras yen kaso ya de. No, we have standards in this country as Maxwell was just taking us through from all our national teams, including when we started playing women's football.
Yes.
The achievement we had in women's football
All African games.
Today, women's football no. Sana 24 no qualifier. That's our achievement because you are qualified 6 times in you are qualified from our group. But achievement is you qualify. When did you Dramani the Yankwada no? Eko di third.
Bronze.
No more under 17 man.
That's Costa Rica, right?
We say
everything. It's Siritiase. Oka nipa kono ye born penny who say our game is on air koso. I was just sitting down and when you chamo. Na me drinking Ghana Premier League will be a topic we buy here discussing. And I'm a guy say the Ash Gold team of 97-98. No more national team players from La Côte d'Ivoire and Togo. Almost at the Goldfields.
Konine
Ibrahima Koni Nutiji
Kosi de Toji ni Bombe Waki
Oba Sante Kotokwa na Kotoko Frankachu
Togo
Obode ma Togo na chete wabo Kotoko tu na Kotoko Ekofa Clovis Kambu Boka Kana but Nancy hats a folk boy na Okotake Sadio Mane Chane Sebuno
left back
Congo boy no what was his name?
Radio Voka.
Nancy this is the standard we used to know. This is what we were used to. And then we'll be out there improving.
No, the standard we used to know on the air can. Yes, you can about Yenyanon Central for. Forgive me for a year. We are that time. Yenyan Central for account. Now your lower standard need too much. The mere fact that someone is your friend doesn't mean that just go on radio and be defending any nonsense the person does. Oh yes, sir. Most Sedgman. Now you be a channel Zaman Koforaba. I Ghana unqualified say unqualified and I the here World Cup. No, listen. Say ya just say be you come the Indian say ya. But come do and for some you did it. So it say
it is not.
And some of us the jam if they be our cassette. I thought and the work I want for many Black Stars. I grew up loving the Black Stars. Missing my first game. I'm a Quatra Stadium say 70 Stadium. I'm a Black Stars game. That's how I got to love the Black Stars.
Okay. That's I know Yanko Science you cry.
That the first game I'm here but Quatra Stadium to be a ball. A Black Stars game. That is what made some of us love the Black Stars. And say I could do love or not Nyoman Koye. No beer can no bubu nyogu asum. Now for the Samon Kwana Muye and Timon Kwana Moya. Mubayo. Namuye ye na Ghana na anye ya. Ghana born na anye ya. Musika mudi di kwa mama and yama 2000 3000 and when you jina ye where ye. No, let's face it.
Just one.
Now your politicians also they are drummer. Observe Kakredia. Now Argentina Ghana. Unim said the entire Ghana and qualify will be at the for the and when they hear the amount of money you are paying. Say do level of Ghana call AFCON. You might play $20,000 as appearance fee.
30.
Is somebody got 30?
You try 30 Cameroon.
Yo.
30,000.
Now we'll be at 30,000.
To appear.
Unim said Nyangopo present a lot of opportunities to do certain things. Nina in taking advantage of that. Nyangopo my opportunity said the team it is the best time to tell the players that we in Mumma Munyai. Dabio, see the Amacom loving Kobai Beshe. Yadi Abrafure trip play ticket $6,000, $7,000. Yes. So what is it? You are corrupt.
Why is it that Omomu teams they don't pay even better? They pay just peanut. Beba Blacks are there.
This is the time to say Black Stars. We are having a new look Black Stars. These are the bonuses we are going to pay. Obama we need 2,000. Obo away now we need 3,000.
5,000.
2, 3. You need 2, 3. Masa, hey, unim. Me aka just appears we entrebium. You need be. If that's so be na uche. You need be. Oma team of Russia and Ukraine kwa. You think say I don't know me on three. Oma team no. Russia and Ukraine Ukraine go person buy go send there. And so you say Ukraine for 20. And o man nye. Nasa o man tua $30,000. And the amount players as appearance fee for a tournament. Omunya kiki ball. What ever said tier bonus or some for qualification bonuses. We are or minus one throw.
Yeah.
nyame ne here me see ye dia Ghana be kakra senema nko yom de be she California Janet say
Chamoni
say Trump deportation no gra affect
said my
team politician BBC anom de na say o man na kukuru ske tueske bia then you begin to think say
okay Max unim say yem Black Stars no after you failed to qualify for 2002 World Cup no.
Yeah.
Some reorganization will be by, but it wasn't deliberate but a buy. Some Brennan you call Mali 2002.
Yeah.
And a report say Oseku formu bofu hotel omoda light. So beka ba say Derek Boating e mo say duane e de mo hotel o mo mpe o mo akoto mo abenoa sa confusion ni bebrebe. Says Sir Joseph Atuko if you the late. Only the taking decision is okay. And yeah, Onya Black Stars coach, no, and no fast I had to vote team, no. I invited Lawrence J. Some 2-3 other players. And for me, I've a privilege that we are foreign based player near Froba Black Stars now. And at that time we dictated to them what we can do and what we cannot do. And the basis of qualifying for the first World Cup. Because at that time, now Ben Kofimo control nobody and some say you the local players no boy and the whole Ghana happy. Nigeria say you call return leg record by to was it Osei or somebody Emma Osekufo Iman Osekufo better okay because you local players no and gradually after there you afraid 2 foreign based players bar now omonya privilege here mama Bobby at that time bonus is not there na dictate. We are in the right condition to change things. Unfortunately, obviously the AFCON and qualifying AFCON the last 3 yakwa you make it past the round of 16 no and rather no the here see ever qualify for World Cup.
Then it just over qualify for.
Who did here no World Cup in here World Cup in Yankobia World Cup in Yankobia and World Cup to Ghana for 3 qualify for World Cup. Obia benya visa. Chamo okay. We near
Canada.
Canada.
I'm going to demonstrate your
Canadian embassy. Canada, you know.
Na mane ko bo.
Obusa kwese ba ko pe.
Se mane ko bo Guinea Bissau ukubi.
And Obusa say Ghana last game here bo qualify wa Accra Sports Stadium. We take it out to go here bi wa na. Ghana man bobo on gate free one go bi. Ghana man ko bobo Canada dey azu odi akire. Ya mana say you qualify for US na dey nyina here ko.
Ya na enu mum dey maka san dey nyina ya am na looking like that.
Ya so nkrofo mo to for mra.
Obi avan say.
And nana
the mere fact say qualify for
the police and their corner. So one I don't know if it's a Ghanaian or Nigerian black boy and a police ni ba ko pe or confront akwa no na oni ni din koma the police busa no question ko gina na akwa no to ni hu say police ni kwana nam he jumped over first car they see that o tumika na police dey body somebody say here for a capture say they are wild guys in America.
Asa bread and butter issue.
Omo dey asenko for the bevie. Yen support na yen kono ye kwa ye nyina ye ko US. It is not true. Ye ko US na ye. Black Stars qualifier ye. But the fact of the matter is football be ya enye one World Cup qualification. Ya come here say ken na mabo ye ya. E ke bo na ye. And the basis is wrong say if you qualify for World Cup and one boy yeah Isak ke bo na ye 1 to 2006 ya ko 2000 in fact Matiba ko ya ko 4
I go 4 you go
2006 2008 14 and you go 2022
you go 2006 2010 2014
and you go 2022 and senkan na mabo ye so ko World Cup
only Russia and
yeah e chesen ke bo na ye so there is a problem that ought to be fixed if we don't qualify for the World Cup na chamo ye betwa ye league na du ba bia san league na me se na no tuji kwasi mu fi mu krom bobo national team okay mo wonder ne Silla Ashgood okay Valentine these were top players in their country omo de Nigeria Bagara Bebo League na Nigeria we league ni bebrebe create employment. I would rather be happy with your league never do that standard.
You have a conversation so and there's only 5 p.m. The BKB show live go YouTube now call subscribing to the page so that we are bar live and I send you a message straight now what me be
also no notification
yes
I don't never my notification especially when the program is about starting not notify us BKB call live
it is subscribing notification and you went to also Because Mwasembika, pa Mwasembika.
Still.
Some de baby
Oh, some can be. Never knew so work as I come on.
I've been able to change the coach, no, and you're too late to sack him.
More fire.
Coach, no.
Never.
More fire.
It is never too late to sack him.
My mind is on
Nadia, also sacking. Players, no so pedal. So many The players are saying they don't like the coach.
The reason 8 players pulled out.
There are some players, somebody decided to say,
they told him,
player back could be a catch there, or catch there. When you probably say,
players name.
Me found some friend here, I meet him, got remember. Ghana, me can't remember. Somebody bomb, come baby. The boss have come in, me bonum be pro. No, blaster player.
All is nowhere.
Now, yeah, they take now coach, not Chelsea Park, so celebrate Ghana.
Okay. Minya, you go change me that say, you go is was